AITA for hosting a makeup party that boosted my best friend's confidence before a big interview. My best friend had a really important job interview coming up. She had been unemployed for almost a year, and this position was her dream role. She's incredibly talented, but she struggles with self-confidence, especially when she feels under pressure. She had been stressing about the interview for weeks, and I could see how much it was affecting her. I thought about what I could actually do. I couldn't go into the interview room with her. I couldn't answer the questions for her. All I could do was try to boost her confidence beforehand. I remembered how we used to make silly videos together in college. We would write ridiculous scripts and dress up in costumes. It was always a great way for us to laugh and forget about our worries. Maybe I could tap into that old habit. I decided to suggest we make a mock interview video. We could write out some common interview questions and she could practice answering them on camera. I would play the role of the interviewer, and I would try to make it as realistic as possible. Afterwards, we could review the video together and identify any areas for improvement. We could even add some funny outtakes to lighten the mood. I thought this would be a much better approach than simply giving her generic pep talks. I wanted to do something practical to help her. Simply telling her she was great wasn't working. I know she needed something tangible to shift her focus away from her anxieties. I considered taking her out for a fancy dinner, but that felt too cliché. I also thought about suggesting a spa day, but that seemed impersonal for our friendship. I needed something more intimate and fun. I wanted to remind her of her strengths in a way that didn't feel like I was lecturing her. The goal was to create a space where she felt celebrated. She always compliments my makeup, so I figured this might work. I called a few of our other friends and explained the situation. They were all immediately on board and offered to bring snacks and drinks. We agreed to keep it a surprise from her until the day of. I secretly hoped this small gesture would make a positive difference in her overall mindset leading up to the interview. The day arrived, and everyone came over to my place early to set up. We decorated the living room with balloons and streamers. I put out all my makeup, brushes, and mirrors on a big table. We arranged the snacks and drinks on a separate table. I made sure to have a variety of options to cater to everyone's preferences. We dimmed the lights and put on some upbeat music to create a fun atmosphere. We texted my friend, telling her we were going out for lunch and asked her to meet us at my place. I was so nervous about whether she would like the surprise. When she walked in and saw what we had done, her face lit up. She immediately started laughing and thanking everyone. It was clear she was genuinely happy and touched by the gesture. We spent the afternoon trying out different makeup looks, sharing tips and tricks, and just enjoying each other's company. She seemed to relax and have fun, which was exactly what I wanted. We took a bunch of pictures and videos to document the day. I felt a sense of relief knowing I had done something to help her feel good about herself before her interview. The week before the interview, I had an idea. I love makeup and I have quite the collection. I thought, what if I hosted a little makeup party for my friend and a few other close people? My intention was to give her a confidence boost and help her relax before the big day. I imagined it as a fun, low-pressure environment where she could experiment with different looks, feel pampered, and just enjoy herself. I invited 3 of my other friends, all of whom know and love my best friend. I made sure to tell them the underlying purpose of the party, that I wanted to make my best friend feel great about herself before the interview. Everyone was on board and excited to help. I made a group chat so everyone could coordinate bringing food. I did not want my best friend to feel any stress about the party, including the food. I assigned everyone a dish or snack, making sure there was a good mix of savory and sweet options. I took care of the drinks so that there would be plenty for everyone. My goal was that my best friend would show up and not have to worry about a thing. I also asked everyone to arrive an hour early so we could decorate and get everything ready before she arrived. I spent the afternoon getting the food and drinks together. I picked up the sparkling water and candy from the store. I also made a large salad and a batch of cookies. My other friends arrived right on time. We put up some streamers and balloons, and arranged the food on the table. Then, we turned on some music and waited for my best friend to arrive. I hoped all the preparation would make a difference. I spent the morning cleaning my apartment and setting up the living room. I wanted it to feel like a relaxed and fun space, not too formal. I also made sure to get a variety of things that my best friend likes. This included her favorite candy and some of her preferred sparkling water. I hoped the combination of good company and her favorite things would lift her spirits. It felt important to create a positive and supportive environment. I also made a point of telling my other friends to focus on her strengths and accomplishments. I asked them to avoid talking about their own successes or making comparisons. This wasn't about anyone else, it was solely about boosting my best friend's confidence. I felt a responsibility to ensure the party went exactly as planned and that she felt supported by everyone around her. I wanted to do whatever I could to help her feel prepared and confident for her interview. I spent the next few days coordinating with everyone who planned to attend the pre-interview party. I confirmed that they understood the goal was to support my best friend and not to talk about themselves. I also delegated small tasks, such as bringing specific snacks or drinks, to ensure I did not have to manage everything myself. I wanted the atmosphere to be relaxed and positive, which I hoped would help my best friend feel more at ease. I finalized all the preparations the day before the party. I cleaned my apartment, organized the space, and made sure there were enough comfortable places for everyone to sit. I created a playlist of music that my best friend enjoys, intending to keep the energy light and fun. I also reviewed the interview preparation materials I had gathered, wanting to be ready to answer any questions or provide any assistance she needed. I stocked up on snacks, drinks, and a few new makeup products that I thought my best friend might like. When everyone arrived, I started by putting on some upbeat music and setting out all the makeup. I encouraged everyone to try different things, share tips, and just have fun. My best friend was a little hesitant at first. She said she didn't usually wear much makeup, but I gently encouraged her to step outside her comfort zone. I started by doing her base makeup, focusing on creating a flawless complexion. Then, I let her choose the colors and styles she wanted to try for her eyes and lips. I wanted her to feel like she had complete control. I suggested some color combinations that I thought would look good with her skin tone, but I made it clear that it was just a suggestion. Ultimately, it was up to her to decide what she felt most confident in. I have a lot of different palettes, so I just put them all out. That way, she could play around and see what she liked. I showed her how to use different brushes and techniques. I explained how to blend eyeshadow so there weren't any harsh lines. I showed her how to line her lips to make them look fuller. I even demonstrated how to apply false eyelashes, even though she said she probably wouldn't wear them regularly. It was more about showing her the possibilities and giving her the skills to experiment on her own. The whole point was for her to learn something new. I had all my makeup products spread out on my desk. I made sure the lighting was good so she could really see what she was doing. She seemed nervous, but also excited, which I understood. It can feel vulnerable to change how you look, even with something as simple as makeup. I explained each step as I went, so she felt comfortable and understood what I was doing and why. I think that helped her relax a little. I wanted her to feel empowered by the process, not like she was being made over. I made sure to only use products that I knew were good for her skin. I asked about any allergies or sensitivities before I began. Once the base was done, she definitely seemed more comfortable playing with the fun stuff. I showed her how to blend the eyeshadow properly so it didn't look patchy. I think she especially liked trying out different lip colors. It was nice to see her having fun and experimenting with different looks. We experimented with different eyeshadow palettes, lipsticks, and blushes. I showed her some simple techniques for enhancing her features without looking overdone. My other friends offered their own tips and suggestions. There was a lot of laughter, encouragement, and genuine support in the room. As the party went on, I could see my best friend's confidence growing. She started to relax and enjoy herself. She even started experimenting with bolder looks, which she never usually does. It was amazing to watch her transform, not just in terms of her appearance, but also in her overall demeanor. I helped her try a smoky eye. I usually stick to neutral shades, but she wanted to go all out. I showed her how to blend the colors properly so it would not look too harsh. Then I added some highlighter to her cheekbones to make them pop. She was skeptical at first, but I think she started liking the results as we went along. She even let me try a bright red lipstick on her. I never wear red lipstick, but it looked fantastic on her. We spent a long time just laughing and playing around with different looks. It was nice to just hang out and be silly together without any pressure. We both needed a break from our stressful lives. I think that is why we enjoyed the makeup session so much. We completely lost track of time while we were experimenting. I felt like a real makeup artist. After a few hours, we all took some photos and admired our handiwork. My best friend looked radiant. She said she felt more confident and prepared for her interview than she had in weeks. I was so happy that my little makeup party had made such a difference. The day of the interview arrived, and my best friend was nervous but also excited. She texted me beforehand to thank me again for the makeup party. She said it had really helped her feel more confident and relaxed. I wished her luck and told her she would do great. I knew she had all the skills and experience necessary for the job. The company would be lucky to have her. I tried to keep my own anxiety in check as I waited to hear how it went. I checked my phone constantly for updates that afternoon. I did not want to bother her, but I was eager to know the outcome. Finally, hours later, my phone buzzed with a message from her. It was a simple thumbs up emoji, which I took as a positive sign. I responded with a question mark, and she immediately called me. A few days later, she called me with amazing news. She got the job. She was ecstatic. She said she felt like she had nailed the interview, and she was convinced that the confidence boost from the makeup party had played a significant role in her success. She thanked me profusely for hosting the party. She said it was the most thoughtful and helpful thing anyone had ever done for her. My other friends also reached out to congratulate her and celebrate her success. I felt good about making her happy. I knew how much this promotion meant to her. She had been working towards it for years, and I wanted to show my support. Throwing the party seemed like the best way to do that. I booked the venue, sent out invitations, and coordinated with our other friends. I even managed to get her favorite band to play a few songs. Seeing her face when she walked in made all the effort worth it. I didn't expect to feel this way afterwards. The congratulations and praise were for her, but I had organized everything. I wondered if people thought I did it for attention. I tried to brush it off, but the thought lingered. My intentions were pure. I just wanted my friend to feel celebrated. Maybe I am just overthinking it. I hope she does not think I tried to show her up. I will talk to her about it if it keeps bothering me. However, after the initial excitement died down, I started to feel a little conflicted. While I was genuinely happy for my best friend, I couldn't shake the feeling that maybe I had overstepped. I started to wonder if I had somehow implied that she wasn't good enough as she was, that she needed makeup to succeed. I also started to worry that I had made her too reliant on external validation. What if she started to feel like she always needed makeup to feel confident? I didn't want to create that kind of dependency. I thought about this a lot in the days that followed. I watched her more closely, trying to gauge how she felt about herself with and without makeup. I tried to pay attention to whether she made any comments about needing it or not. I also began looking up resources about self-esteem and body image. I wanted to understand the best ways to talk to young people about these things. I wanted to be more proactive about building her internal confidence. I considered getting books or finding activities that would help. I know my intentions were good, but I can't help but wonder if I should have approached things differently. Maybe I should have focused on helping her build her confidence from within, rather than relying on external factors like makeup. I haven't spoken to my best friend about these concerns yet. I don't want to diminish her joy or make her feel like I regret hosting the party, but I also feel like it's important to address these issues so that we can continue to support each other in a healthy and sustainable way. I've been thinking about how to approach this conversation with my best friend. I'm not sure if I should bring it up directly or try to address the underlying issues more subtly. It feels like a delicate situation because I don't want her to think I'm criticizing her choices or trying to control her life. I just want to make sure that our friendship is built on a foundation of genuine support and acceptance, not on superficial appearances or external validation. Maybe I am just being overly sensitive. Possibly, I'm projecting my own insecurities onto the situation. Regardless, I am hoping that by getting some feedback, I can gain a clearer understanding of the situation. This would allow me to determine the best path forward for both my friend and myself. I need to know where I stand. So, AITA for hosting a makeup party that boosted my best friend's confidence before a big interview, even if it might have inadvertently implied that she needed makeup to succeed. I decided to turn to Reddit for some outside perspective. I wanted to know if I was overthinking things or if my concerns were valid. So, AITA for hosting a makeup party that boosted my best friend's confidence before a big interview, even if it might have inadvertently implied that she needed makeup to succeed.